A manhunt for the suspect in the Nashville Waffle House shooting that person is in custody tonight after a search that took some 24 hours. 29-year-old Travis Reinking was taken into custody in the woods near his apartment in Nashville. Authorities say Reinking had a backpack containing a gun when they captured him. Police say he showed signs of significant instability. Did you know that back in July, the Secret Service arrested the very same person for entering a restricted area near the White House? Now, during that arrest, police seized 4 weapons, including the gun used in the Waffle House shooting. Firearms were returned to Reinking's father, who admitted, get this, he admitted to giving them back to his son. ATF agents say Reinking isn't the only one under investigation.
Could his father have violated gun laws by giving his son the weapons?
It is possible if you transfer weapons knowingly to a person that is prohibited, so that could potentially be a violation of federal law.
As far as you know, for your agency, has the father told you, or do you know why, the stated reason for giving him back?
I can't speak to that at this point.
Is he under investigation?
All federal partners are looking at him for any potential violations of federal firearm laws or obviously the homicide he committed.
Could he face charges?
He potentially could.
But Reinking, was he...
Okay, let's talk about the man who stopped the shooter. James Shaw says he never intended to become a hero. They never do. When he walked into the Waffle House at 3 o'clock yesterday in the morning. But the 29-year-old single father likely saved dozens of lives when he managed to wrestle a loaded AR-15 from the hands of that gunman.
I'm not a hero. I'm just a regular person. And I think anybody could have did what I did if they're just pushed in that kind of cage, and you have to either react or you're gonna fold. And I chose to react because I didn't see any other way of me living, and that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to live. And I'll say it again, I didn't really fight that man to save everybody else. I know that might not be a popular thing, but I'm really honest. I'm gonna be honest to the core. I took the gun so I could get myself out.
Shaw tackled the shooter as he was reloading, knocking the gun out of his hands. He then grabbed the AR-15 and tossed it over his shoulder over the counter. So there are laws in place, and this man still managed to get hold of a firearm and kill 4 people. Just want to point that out. I'm joined right now by Jennifer Hoppe. She's Deputy Director of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Your reaction to what you see there in Nashville?
Well, first, I want to acknowledge that Mr. Shaw, I beg to differ. I think he absolutely is a hero, and I commend him and applaud him for his quick actions in saving the lives of so many. Secondly, yes, it's infuriating that we do have these laws in place, but laws vary from state to state. The perpetrator was, he had to surrender his firearms in Illinois after his permit was revoked, but then he moved to Tennessee, where there was nothing preventing him from possessing those firearms, as well as buying more if he wanted to. So we need to strengthen laws that are on the books. We need better laws that apply across the country, and we just need to keep guns out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them.
When you say better laws, you're talking national laws. We need national laws that could be applied in Illinois, Tennessee, Kentucky, D.C., and everywhere. And we don't have that. Every state has his or her own.
Every state has their own. In some states, you can buy a gun through a private sale without so much as a background check. In some states, you can carry guns, concealed or open carry, without so much as a permit or a background check. So we really do need to look at this comprehensive solutions that will not just could have stopped shootings that happened in the past, but that will stop all sorts of gun violence in all facets.
Do you think the AR-15 ought to be outlawed?
I think we definitely should look at taking those sort of weapons off the street. I think restrictions on all sorts of handguns, assault weapons, what have you. It really is all about keeping, again, the people who shouldn't have guns from getting their hands on them in the first place.
Yeah, what I'm trying to get at is what situation do we have here? If not the AR-15, I mean, the guy had more than one weapon. He could have gone in there with a handgun, okay, and committed the same kind of damage. It's a very soft target, 3 o'clock in the morning. He could have done the same thing. So can we conceivably stop this sort of thing from happening? I mean, people clearly deranged, having a gun, going in, doing this sort of thing.
Well, I think there's a number. There are legislative solutions. There are non-legislative solutions. I believe you said it was confirmed that the father gave the guns back to this gentleman. If that is indeed the case, there's common sense too. If you know someone who shouldn't have a firearm, keep it away from them. There are, moving into some legislative solutions. There are so-called red flag laws that have gotten bipartisan support in the wake of the Parkland shooting. They allow someone who is presenting as a threat to themselves or others for family or law enforcement to apply for a judge to have an order to get guns away from them. So there's all sorts of different solutions. Again, will it stop every single instance of gun violence in the U.S.? Any single solution? Probably not, but we haven't tried hard enough. Our elected leaders haven't tried hard enough. As a culture, we haven't tried hard enough to enact any of these solutions.
And all the polls seem to say that. Do something, okay? Not to do anything is unacceptable at this point in time.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot for coming in.
Thank you so
really
much for having me.
Really appreciate the conversation. Absolutely. Okay.